void, see. Put him in the void, he up, boy, see. Really in my H, help ahoy, B. His life is sweet. Yeah, these niggas mad, you can't even see. I be eating good, y'all can't even pee. Really in my A, all y'all do is sneak. Mm. Get my phone, cost like 4 G's. And that's 4 G's, nigga, 4G. What's good, what's good? Um, this is the ghost that taught you the most. Ghost from the West Coast. Uh, and I'm just here to talk about essentially it's is okay, the sun is in Aries, and then the moon is in Leo right now. While it's also fucking I think we're in um Sagittarius hour as well. So that's a triple that's a triple fire trine, like a trine, but it's all three of them though. So it's like all three signs are in the same element, and they're in the sky right now. So I'm making this video. I want to talk about the sun, especially while the sun being in Aries right now. I want to talk about that a little bit and kind of what the sun does and how we all utilize the sun. You feel me? Uh, yeah, yeah. Essentially, what the sun does and what it's here for. So, like to start off, the sun, physically, the sun lights up it lights up not only the earth and the sky. So yeah, the sun lights up the earth and the sky. It lighting up the earth and the sky. What does that do? It brings or it helps life to do life's thing, which is essentially like it helps life to do life shit. Essentially, it helps the flowers grow. It helps the people and animals have more energy during the day than compared to at nighttime. You feel me? So ultimately, the sun like itself represents. All right, what's good? Freaking yeah, yeah. So the sun itself represents just energy, vitality, and most importantly, what does it do physically? Is what we can see and what we can attach to, or what we can kind of what's in front of you at the moment. So the sun also represents like all pretty much all shapes and forms. Like what's the saying? Everything under the sun. It's a reason why we say that. And that's the reason why that's because the sun itself can kind of take shape and form into anything. Like if you like don't look directly at the sun. Like yeah. Yeah, scientists would hate you for that. But no, like if you ever just kind of see the sun it's yeah, we describe it as it's a fucking it's like a orb. It's like an orb thing. It's like a round ball or whatever. But in actuality, the sun doesn't necessarily have a shape or form. The sun it takes shapes and forms. So the sun can be. That's why you go outside and you like when the sun is out, like it makes your skin looks a certain. It makes you look a certain way. It brings out more features or more positive features about you. You feel me? Like some people might not be able to see your dimples in the dark and compared in the daytime. It's like things like that. Essentially, the sun uh, is here to shine the best qualities of oneself. Essentially, so physically, like how that looks is when the sun is here, it gives life, it brings life flowers are able to grow, animals come out, people are doing things during the day. You feel me? Um, so the sun is itself. It just essentially represents energy, like in a metaphorical sense. The sun represents energy and vitality. So your ability to have into whatever you're doing. So this is why we always, from an astrologetic standpoint, we always look at the sun as your actions in what we see that you're doing. Some people's actions are more predicated towards communication. Some people's actions are more action based. You feel me? Some people's actions are more. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love. Thank you very much for the love, for the support. If you leave a like, all that shit. Much appreciated for sure. Are you asking if I have Roblox? I don't have Roblox. Um, but yeah, essentially, what is the sun? Like, have you ever like just sat up and thought like, what is this? I know it's nighttime right now, but what is this? What does the sun do? That's pretty much what it does. It it comes out. It brings energy. It brings vitality. It brings light. Light brings life. Light brings information. It's easier to receive your external environment when the sun is out. It's harder. You can't really receive everything when it's pitch black. You can't really receive anything from the environment. Essentially, yeah, you might gotta like physically like feel around, especially if you're inside. You gotta feel around. You can't even because you can't fucking see anything. The sun is the thing that gives information. Okay, this object is right here. Okay, I could grab it. I could grab this object because I can see how far it is, and I can act on what I can see. So essentially, the sun is is sight is sight, vision, your visualization, your perspective, your action, the way you seen your action, and the way others are gonna perceive what they just seen from your action. So the sun is pretty much it's very action, but it is your actions essentially. The sun, like just think of it like that. The sun just it represents metaphorically actions because what does it do? It brings energy, it brings vitality, so you can what act on what you see, act on what's in your environment essentially. So the sun itself is a very powerful tool. That's why it's one of the main things that we call to when we like especially in astrology. Like most people, like nobody, like you don't. It doesn't matter if you don't know astrology. You probably damn sure know your zodiac sign, and you probably damn sure know your fucking birthday. So the sun is that's what that kind of was letting you know. It's kind of letting you know, oh yeah, the sun is very powerful physically and metaphorically as well for us to be doing shit like that. You feel me? This motherfucker, Jimmy up over there, Leo. How do we know? We just know it's his fucking we know his birthday. That's all. That's all you really need to know. That's all you really need to know. Because that's what the sun is. It's what you know. It's what you gonna know about a person, place, or a thing. You feel me? It's the information that you gain from whatever you're receiving at the moment. So you know, like you could be going through a bad situation without the sun. You wouldn't be able to see that. You wouldn't be able to see that what you're going through is in a bad light or people are looking at you in a bad way. You wouldn't be able to see that without the sun. Like your actions, you wouldn't be able to see if it was if what you were doing is relatable or not. If we didn't have shit like the sun, if we didn't have the sun, everybody would be dead. That part, but like no, but for surely The sun is like it's the thing that is giving you it's the thing you should be having gratitude for having that shit. Because without that, it's like you want to have this is what the sun this is what the sun represents. It's everything that you can see. It's everything that takes shape and form. What's a shape and form? Your body's a shape and form. So the sun, like whenever they say the sun, especially metaphorically, oh, it's your body. It's your you feel me? You are Christ. I'm Christ. I don't really I'm not really into Christianity, but fucking like it's like shit like that. Like Christ, they kind of talking about at some point they talk about the sun. It's talk about the sun. Like you are the sun. We are well. That's how whenever somebody say, oh, you have Jesus inside of you. That's immediately what I think is, oh, yeah, I got the. Yeah, I know I have the sun in me. I know I have the ability to be seen for whatever I'm capable of, and to and ultimately to be put on a cross. Oh, you're being judged for whatever you just did. You're being judged by not only like people, places, and things, but higher entities as well. You always being judged. That's why it's you're able to say sometimes, oh, there's always something watching or some shit like that, because that's a real thing. There is always something watching, even when you're alone and shit like that. That's what the fucking sun do. That's what the sun do. The sun is always watching, even when it's not around. Even when it's not around, it's always something watching. You got trees. You got the only thing the sun don't really like to take shape and form in is fucking technology. The sun don't like to take shape and form into technology, specifically like when we're getting into like newer shapes and like things that are extremely, it's like new technological things. At one point, the chairs, we got chairs, right? Right? We got chairs. What is they for? They for you to sit on, have leverage, all that shit, right? But at one point, this a chair didn't exist. Well, that's what I'm trying to get into. A chair at one point had to be invented, right? And all inventions, keep this in mind. All inventions come from a space of something that's natural. Anything that's an invention that everybody is supposed to be able to use is something it was already created in nature. So a chair, think of a chair. A chair comes from the energy of um you did what you did uh like in the daytime. So whatever it was that you do, right? You did whatever you did to receive the fruits of your labors, right? A chair is for when you have the fruits of your labors, you're able to sit down and enjoy the fruits of your labors. You're able to sit down and eat. Essentially, you'll be able to sit down and think and reminisce on what you did for the day, for the whole day, right? So chairs come from the energy of being able to relax and recuperate on whatever you just did, right? Sit down and chillax probably right before you go. So a chair, like the space of a chair. Okay, that's why the sun doesn't fuck with technology. At one point, a chair for a chair to be a chair, it had to take from something that was already a thing. Us being able to sit down and relax from time to time. Like the only time, um, the only time that cavemen would sit down, it wasn't a lot of the human body is not meant to sit down all day. You're actually supposed to be up and at it and constantly doing shit and constantly moving and constantly, you feel me? But the world is the way it is right now. But originally, human nature was we were up and we were hunting all day. Like that's it. Like no, like there was no concept of money or none of that shit. We're up hunting, getting food and getting resources for the family, the tribe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Um, the sit, being able to sit down was reserved for when everybody's getting ready to eat. Everybody's getting ready to have supper. I don't like that word, right? I never really used it anyway. So that's how you know that wasn't a word that was even for me or for my vocabulary. So people are getting ready to eat. That's when motherfuckers was, and also at the same time, humans ain't even supposed to eat every day. You're supposed to just eat a large meal. You're supposed to eat a large meal though, but it's a whole different story. You know, yeah, yeah. So sitting down was reserved just for like eating and shit like that. So it took a human to sit down and think, oh yeah, you know, whatever I'm sitting on right now, it could be I'm sitting on a rock right now. I could sit on something a little bit more comfortable, or I could sit on something where it don't really hurt my ass as much. You feel me? Um, so the sun. That's why the sun don't fuck with inventions and shit. It don't fuck with human technology. What humans is able to create, because whatever humans is able to create, we pretty much like the sun, taking shape and form and turning that into something. So essentially, like us being able to create chairs, that's pretty much what the sun do anyway. So you just take it a shape and form, and you become that, and push that shit out. Push push whatever you seen in your head. Push that shit out. And now it's a physical, it's a tangible thing. We can touch it, we can taste it, we can feel it, all that good shit. That's what the sun do. That's what the sun do. It brings life. It brings energy. It brings vitality. So for you to be a human, okay, the sun is here. Okay, yeah. But yeah. Oh, I feel like that was a good example of like kind of what the sun is and what the sun is kind of capable of. So the sun, that like it not fucking with technology. That's why shit like cars. When it's summer, cars tend to break down a little bit more than in winter time. Is because the power of the sun compared to this fucking technology that we have. You feel me? Like it's like at odds a little bit. But like the sun itself is a very fiery creature. It's a very fiery thing. You feel me? And you know, yeah, yeah. The sun pretty much it represents what's on our mind today. So this is why, or whatever you're thinking about. So this is why when the sun, like when it's actually daytime, because it's nighttime right now. It's like 10 o'clock right now. When it's actually daytime, everybody's up and doing shit. The sun gave you the power to essentially do what was on your mind or fulfill whatever responsibilities that you knew you had for that day. Um, so whatever you did in a day, like that was your mind. So essentially, the sun is like all of our minds or all of our thoughts pushed together, and the moon would be like all of our feelings and emotions put into one thing, right? So like the sun is the reason why it's a fiery creature. Okay, it's in its highest position in Aries, and then it's home in Leo. Those are two fire signs, right? But really, the reason why the sun is a fiery creature is what it does just in general. The sun is astrologically, the sun will represent uh action, your actions, your viewpoints, the way you act, the way people see you, the and ultimately your conscious awareness. So the things that you pay the most attention to, like at any given time, right? So my son, right? My son is in the ninth house, right? And if you didn't know that the houses are areas of life that we all go through the areas of life every day, all day. Okay, so it doesn't matter what time it is. You're going through some sort of area of life. I like but yeah, the ninth house, which would be your higher education. It would be your education, higher education, um, wisdom, knowledge. experience, um, like being a professional, or the energy of an expert, you know, being an expert in your field. So essentially, the ninth house is gaining wisdom and knowledge through experience, and yeah, gaining experience. I mean, gaining wisdom and knowledge through experience, and ultimately learn, like, just things that you learned along the way, like things that you have to, like, you have to go through it to learn it. That's the only way to actually learn it. You can't learn it through reading a book. You can't learn it through watching a video. You have to learn it through actually experiencing it. That's why That's why astrology is so hard. Well, like, people either look at it like it's not important or it's confusing in some sort of way, because it's like shit like that. To actually know it and understand it, you got to actually experiencing it. You got to actually experience it, which you are experiencing it constantly on a day-to-day basis. It's just the way that you might look at it. It's the perception that might be different. Freaking me, I'm talking. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was talking for a minute. I'm talking about the power of the sun, and essentially, like, the relation. Yeah, the relationship between Leo and Aries. Leo and Aries. That's what I actually meant to talk about before I got lost into the sun. Right. So, um, Aries, Leo and Aries. The sun is in Aries right now. The sun is in this exaltated spot of Aries. So being able to take action for yourself independently, Aries, right? That's Aries. Aries, Aries, especially in the sun, is you seeing and viewing and acting on your own intention, willpower, passion, motivation, and ultimately the cardinal fire, which will be the initiation and creation of how you see how you see your feelings. So essentially, feelings, your feelings in general, and how feelings come and go, will be fire, right? Cardinal fire, which will be Aries, will be initiating and creating a new way of how to see the feelings. So if fire is feelings and Aries is cardinal fire, then that means that they want to initiate and create a new way of how to feel onto anything, right? The sun, and it just being like a fiery, okay, I like to do that. Leo, Leo is the fixed fire. So Leo is more, uh it's the fixed fire. So what's fixed, what's being fixed? Fixed is being able to fixate, or being fixated or stubborn into your own way of how to do something. So fixed fire is essentially the fire that only essentially only want to see itself, or essentially, like, to explain it in physicality, it would be like a fireplace, or that's in like a good, like, would be like a fireplace, or like an actual, like, a controlled fire, or just, or in a negative sense, you know, fixed fire is like the fire that, it's a fucking forest fire, or it's the fire that's burning down a motherfucking house. That's on the negative side. You feel me? Or just burning, trying to just burning the whole city down. It's the fire that's burning the whole city down. And in the good light, it's like a fucking yeah, it's a fireplace. It's a camp fireplace. You feel me? Or we on a beach or whatever. It's a fireplace. Yeah. It's a fucking. I'm gonna say a fucking, the inside of a fucking a stove or some shit. You feel me? It get hot. It get real hot in that area, right? So essentially, the fixed fire is pretty much the fire that you're gonna be able to. It's the fire you can see even like from a distance. You're able to see that fire. You're able to see, like, what's the sun? The sun is a fucking fiery fucking thing. You like when it's out, you're gonna be able to see that shit till it go away. You feel me? That's pretty because Leo is ruled by the sun, the fixed fire. So that's pretty much what it does. That's why it's the fixed fire. It's the fire we all able to. The sun is actually able to make things catch on fire. Actually, fucking but yeah, Leo is more like the fire. So if fire is your feelings, then Leo is more fixated on their own on the way that they feel. So a lot of the time that's what makes Leo come across as kind of self-centered because all they like it's not always like that, but a common stereotype with Leos is that all they only want to see themselves to the point where yeah, they comes across as self-centered or it comes across as like real like showboaty or all about themselves sort of or not all about themselves but like only only want what like only trying to get what they want or kind of it's like not stingy like tourists, but yeah, it's pretty much that the word that I use already. Self-centered, essentially, always like pretty much all about the self. Everything they do is about them, type shit. Sort of energy. Leos be having a lot of Leos do be carrying the type of energy, if they don't, even if they're not aware, they be doing that shit. They be doing that shit like for sure. I'm just kind of making situations and outcomes about them. I have fucking the Leo is ruled by the fifth house, right? Um, the fifth house is like fun, entertainment, the way you enjoy yourself, and most importantly, the things that you pay attention to, in the way that you like the way that you give attention and how you receive attention. So uh the fifth house, right, is pretty much the house of like it's the house that kids create children, creativity, and fun and enjoyment, and the things that you most importantly is the thing that you pay attention to. That's like that's like the main thing with the fifth. That's like the thing that you pay attention to. It's the thing you want to do all day, or it's like the thing that you go out your way to do, right? So um the fifth house, I got my moon is in the fifth house, right? My moon is in the fifth house. So like essentially I attract like situations where it might look like it might look like it's all about me, but in all reality it's not all about me. Or I might attract like people like that's especially I might attract people who are they're like that even if they're not Leos. I attract people like that are just like very showboaty, uh very into themselves, very stubborn. I know a lot. I attract a lot of stubborn individuals. Yeah, stubborn is a real quality with all the fixed signs. All the fixed signs are always gonna be stubborn. But Leo, they're stubborn about the way that they see themselves. So this is what makes them over dramatic. This is what makes them ego based, and this is what makes them like only want to see themselves in a certain way, or pretty much only want to see themselves. Period. You, that's what makes them come across as kind of self centered. Aries is more like selfish, just straight up, just selfish. Like I don't even trying to share. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. And honestly, I don't even care for you being around. Like Aries is more like they got the energy like Leo, but Leo is more graceful around people and more able to get along with people because it's the fire that wants to be seen and Aries is more like the thing that caused the fire. So like a faulty wiring or like just sparks in general. Just sparks. It sparks in general. Electricity. Fucking yeah, electricity, sparks, and ultimately like the in ignition and igniting of something. It's not necessarily like the gas, but it's like the thing that ignites the fire. So if Leo is the flame, Aries would be right that moment right before the flame gets striked. So like if you're talking if you're talking like physically, right? It's what you do to try to start the fire. It's whatever you have to do to try to start the fire, whether that's gather wood or whatever, use some rocks or whatever. Like it's what you do to start the fire. It's not the fire itself. Leo is the fire itself. Aries is what actually started or what actually caused the fire. So on the negative terms, okay, yeah, the city's still burning. It's still a forest fire. What caused it? Oh, it's a fucking explosion. That's Aries right there. Aries is like, oh yeah, oh no. It's more like it's the fire. Yes, in your face like Aries. I mean, it's in your face like Leo, but it's more it might like actually like do some damage. You feel me? Like Leo is more like, yeah, everybody see the fire and everybody know it's hot, so we know not to touch it. We know not to go over there. You not finna fall for that shit. You fool me once, shame on me. You not finna fool me twice though. You feel me? Like Leo, yeah. I'm Aquarius. I'm Aquarius. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just playing. I love. Shout out to all my motherfucking Leos. You feel me? But all right, I got Aquarius ascendant. I ain't Aquarius. Fucking but yeah, Leo is like, yeah. We see the fire. We're not so. Leo is a little bit more safer. If you get what I'm like, you kind of you might just gotta be up in it to understand. Leo is a little bit more safe. So what I mean by that is like Leo will act big and bad. They might actually do something. You feel me? They have the energy, the action to actually do something. But just the fact that a lot of time Leo likes to be fucking liked and likes to be charismatic will stop Leo from going as far as Aries will. So to put this in perspective, Aries like Leo is like you know it, like say you about to get into a fight with somebody, right? Or you fighting somebody, right? Leo, say you are the Leo. Leo is like more like, yeah, they able to talk shit. They gonna talk shit and they down to back it up type shit, right? Like say you get ready to squabble with somebody, right? You ain't getting ready to fight with somebody, right? Yeah, Leo, yeah, they able to talk shit. They talk shit about you and they able to back it up and shit like that. So they about the action and they able like depending on their alignments, they might even be able to say some cool or some smart shit to make a motherfucker matter or whatever, right? Um, but a lot of the time like Leo, if you don't need to go there, Leo won't like they won't necessarily like I want to say they won't go there. Uh yeah, essentially like they gonna do it till the job is done, and they don't necessarily need to even go as far. Like they not necessarily like it like if they try to prove the point was, oh, I'm better than you, so that's why I beat your ass. It's like it's like that type of shit. Like they like yeah, Leo is more like, I'm a beat your ass because everybody hearing you just fucking and you just called me out. So now I gotta beat your ass type shit. You put me on stage. Now I gotta do something about it. You feel me? I'll say the stage or the audience wasn't there, sort of thing, sort of concept. Oh yeah, Leo might let some shit slide or fucking give the same sort of energy. So if a motherfucker say, oh, that person not even about that shit, Leo won't. Leo, they're more than likely they might not do something. That's not saying all Leos. Everybody different for real. But yeah, like Leo is willing to take it as far as the other person. They are dramatic. They will play dramatics, but they like to play the character sort of concept. So if they see that, a character like, oh, really beating a motherfucker to a fucking to some shit, you feel me? If that's not the character they not trying to show, that's not the character they gonna show. If they see that that's a character that's needed at the time, then that's the character that they will show. It's really just depending on what's going on and how they feel at the time, type of shit. Yeah, real feeling based. Aries is more just like, oh, you say you like you don't want talking shit. Say you are the Aries, you feel me, or whatever. Yeah, you don't want talking shit. You don't want talking shit to the Aries. The Aries is going, Maka, I ain't even gonna say nothing. They ain't even gonna say, motherfucker, what you, Maka, I ain't gonna finish. They said, what you, like it's just gonna start squabbling right there. Like no words, no nothing. They straight into it. Like, oh hell no, I know you ain't. You probably ain't even mean it like that type shit. But Aries is with it. Aries is with it at all time. At all times. A lot of times, like Aries, like you could catch an Aries. They might even seem soft type shit. They might even seem like they ain't even about that shit. But they you might catch them squabbling or whatever. You might catch them like really like they actually with it though. Like they don't look like it. They don't look like it. But if you push them there, they might even know how to fight too. They might actually know how to fight too. Back and they don't need no words to back up because they're going like the action was all that was needed sort of concept. That's kind of the difference between Leo and Aries. Aries is more, it don't give a fuck about how people was seeing it. It's just gonna fucking do it. You disrespecting me? Now what? Now what? Now react to that. Now it's like that. It's like what? Just go at it. Like it ain't really no communication involved. It's just just go with it. It ain't even gotta say nothing. Just go with it, and it's gonna go with its action, and it's very quick to move as well. So that can cause a sit. That's why Aries don't really fuck with people. That can cause a situation where, oh, like say Aries get into it with somebody and they the first one to swing, but though the situation ain't even call for all that. They just thought it was like that in their head type shit. Like, and it's like that could drive them to like not even wanting to be around people at some point because they like just so ready to butt heads real quick with anybody, and they ready to back they shit up sort of concept. And Leo is more like, oh, but I'm no, but I do the fire for everybody though. I do the fire so everybody can see, so everybody can feel the shit. Aries is just, oh, I'm just finna feel it myself sort of concept. Leo is more like the shit's like a fire that we can all share. We can all sit around and enjoy the fire. That's why Leos is more, they more like to be around people and fucking and show off they gifts and they traits and shit like that. Aries can be stingy as well. Aries could kind of like keep things to themselves as well and kind of not really want to like express how they feel to others, but more act on what they intend to do anyway. So fucking if Aries wanted to be the best in the first place, and they think you talking shit, they just gonna act on the intentions to be the best. And then if the best calls for them like making a move and getting into it, then that's what the fuck it is. You feel me? Um, Sag and all this shit. Sag pretty much just chilling, it's chilling, watching both of them. It's chilling. Shout out to the main triple fire sign, that I fucking like. I know that fucking be a warrior at this shit. Shout out to Flight Boss and stuff like that. Uh, Sagittarius, they more like they could sit back and kind of like watch both of them do what the fuck they do, and pick and choose whichever one they want to do, and and have the choice whether they want to participate in either of them. Really, yeah. Like, Sag is more just more go with the flow sort of energy. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's pretty like that's the sun. That's the sun will be Aries and Leo. It's like it's action. It's action, vitality. It's what you see off a person fucking face. It's what you. It's how. It's the way that the motherfucker move. Like it's like the thought that you get about how a motherfucker move. That's the sun. Oh, this person move like this, or this person move like this. So I got the sun in the ninth house, right? The ninth house is higher education, wisdom, knowledge, experience, meanings, and reasonings. Ultimately, that you gain through experience and shit like that. So, essentially, the ninth house is pretty much, and it also rules over long distance travel and expansion. So expanding either long distance travel or expanding in the mind or it could be physically. So you go to like Japan or some shit like that. Or shout out Indonesia. Shout out Indonesia, all my Indonesia homies out there for sure. Like it's like shit like that. Like will be like the ninth house is like, oh, I physically get up and take my ass out there though. Would be like what the ninth house does, Sagittarius. My son is in the ninth house. But I'm Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio son. My son is in the ninth house. So essentially, uh, and with it being in Scorpio, essentially, um, I bring higher wisdom and knowledge. So that's pretty much what's seen for me is ninth house sort of qualities. That's why I'm into. That's why it looks like I'm into astrology. I might like it might be it could be a situation I'm not even into certain shit. I look like I'm into shit or some shit like that, or that's where my status could carry me because I got Scorpio in the tenth house as well. Fucking but yeah, it's like shit like that. Fucking like it like that's why I get so heavily invested into things like astrology, mysticism, fucking truth seeking shit. Just actually discovering the truth and actually like using that for a benefit and shit like that. And actually getting real truths, you feel me, and actually using that shit. The truth is in your environment. Go out and go fucking get that shit. That's truth seeking. You actually get out and go in your environment and you be the actual scientist and the actual fact checker yourself. So that when you get the truth, you got the facts with it too. But yeah, the sun being like that's like um pretty much your whole demeanor and your whole fucking style of living is you're either like you either a teacher and you're here to teach everybody and everybody can learn something from you just based upon your actions, the way that you do things, the way that you say things, the way that you look with it, like all that shit, or you're ultimately learning from everything. You're learning this whole world. You're learning this realm that you're in, and essentially using that to the best of your ability to the point where you're able to become a teacher. You're able to become a guide for others that's on a similar, the same sort of journey as you, sort of concept. So that's just some kind of shit that you see. You can see that I kind of do. I kind of fixate my energy. So essentially, and on top of that, with the ninth house with the ninth house and Scorpio interacting in general, I'm also able to shine a light because the ninth house Sagittarius is like it's the light. It's the light. It's the higher meaning, it's the higher power. It's above the sun, essentially. Not necessarily here on Earth, but physically, like it's above the sun. Jupiter is above the sun, but like yeah, essentially Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like whatever. Look at the zodiac sign for Sagittarius. It's the what is it called? The manatee, a half man, a half horse, right? Holding a bow and arrow, getting ready to shoot that bitch, right? What does that mean? The zodiac sign for Sagittarius, that shit means so it being a half horse, a half man, half horse, that just means that it's man, and man metaphysically means our intellect, our logic, our ability to reason, and our ability to essentially connect to things mentally, essential. So essentially man will represent like your mental. The horse represents your animalistic desires. So if the man represents your man like natures, your thoughts, your fucking head, your head, yeah, your head, your thoughts, the way you think. The horse will represent your animalistic instinct. So with animalistic, it's just your ability to eat, sleep, fuck, and yeah, eat, sleep, and fuck. That's it. That's it. So with Sagittarius, it's like choose a side, and you're gonna be able to teach all of that shit. So that's what also can make Sagittarius is they're also can be a scientist as well, like Aquarius. That's what Aquarius and Sagittarius have in common is that they have the ability to be kind of nerdy or whatever they into. They are extremely into that shit to the point where they are Sagittarius is like the professional, the expert, and then and then Aquarius is like straight up like the scientist, the fact checker, the fucking the thing that's giving the certain things names and shit like that. But like so like Sagittarius it having the horse side, that just means that they're half into their lower natures and half into their higher natures. Like Aquarius would be strictly into their higher natures. This is what causes Aquarius to kind of be it's hard for them to deal with their emotions. It's because of that reason right there. It's because they're strictly logic. Sagittarius is logic mixed with a little rationality and a little reasoning and morals, most importantly. So the arrow specifically is like wherever Sagittarius is directing the light to. And if you know anything about Sagittarius, whatever it point that light to, okay, it got all of that shit. Because if the sun is ruled in, this is one thing I didn't know about Sagittarius is uh Sagittarius just like it's because most zodiac signs or most planets have two rulers, and a lot of times zodiac signs have two homes, or they two like two planets are home in one zodiac sign, or two solar bodies. It doesn't have to be a planet. It's solar body because the sun is not a planet. The moon is not a planet. Um, the Sagittarius is also ruled by the middle of the Milky Way, the eye of the Milky Way. So this is what gives Sagittarius the emphasis that they think they know everything because of that right there. They're the center of the galaxy. It's center of our galaxy, which would be the Milky Way. Fucking Sagittarius, Leo is like the sun. That's pretty much the center of our universe. Would be Earth. Earth will be our domain. The Earth is my domain. You feel me? Yes, Sag. So the arrow and it directing wherever it direct that arrow. Okay, it's like wherever it directs its light to, and whatever it directs its light to, they're gonna have a lot of energy, vitality, effort, and a lot of you're gonna have a lot of good. You're gonna have a lot of good luck too, as well. They like to say good luck don't exist, but they like to relate Jupiter to being good luck and shit like that, which is actually just being light and being light in your head, so that you can manifest a light situation for yourself. So like, uh, so say you are like um you in a situation where you need money, right? Or you like in your mind you want money or whatever, right? Jupiter is able to make one instead of worrying and stressing about how the fuck how I'm finna pay these bills, how I'm finna this that and that. Okay, Jupiter's more like able to okay I could try something and based off my belief or due to my moral system, like just being so like it's optimism. It's fucking optimism. Being optimistic in your head can create optimistic situations on the external. So if you remain optimistic through some hardship, you feel me? When you get out of that hardship, uh like you being so light in your mind through that hardship, you gonna create a light situation for yourself. So you was going through a money situation, but you didn't think of it as you going through a money situation. You thought of it as something else. So ooh, you was able to solve your money situation without even really thinking about it to the point where you got more than which you even thought that you deserved. And you got a lot more than what you even were anticipating on. Yeah, you got way more than you could actually comprehend. So that's why Jupiter also rules over abundance and expansion and shit like that. It's because of shit like that. Whatever Jupiter is in, it likes to expand that thing. It expands that area a lot. Um so yeah, Sagittarius specifically, they're able to expand like whatever they point their arrow at, it automatically expands in their life. It automatically expands in their life. But it's not like Leo, like the attention. No, it's like Jupiter also deals with time and shit like that. So this is what makes Sagittarius is professional in whatever field that they choose. Whatever field a Sagittarius chooses, they're able to become a professional in that energy. It's not like Gemini, they're opposite, where they're the jack of all trades. No, Sagittarius is the master of one of the main things, or the master of like one, two, or maybe three things. But that's it though. It's not trying to be a jack of all. Um, Sagittarius is the master of one of those, essentially. So yeah. So we kind of that's the differentiate all the fire signs. Aries is more um Aries is more like uh impactful or freaking or kind of self-absorbed. No, not self, but kind of selfish. Yeah, Aries is more selfish or kind of extremely considers itself before others. Uh, Leo is more self-centered, so it likes to make itself apart or make itself the main protagonist or main cause of a situation. And Sagittarius differentiates between either before deciding to choose any of them, and ultimately the master and practitioner of whatever field they decide to delve their energy into. So essentially, like that's what makes Sagittarius a little bit more wiser than the other two fire signs, which would be Leo and Aries. Um, and the fact that they're willing to sit down and take time on whatever they're doing. The other, especially Aries, may not want to take time on whatever they're doing, and Leo can do that, but they don't. It depends on how they see themselves or how others see them, sort of concept. So fire. Yeah, that's fire for you. Yes. You know, I say that's fire for you. That's all the fire signs. That's all the fire signs. You know, shout out to the sun. Shout out to Jupiter. Those the hottest. Those the fire planets. And shit like that. What's another one? Mars. Mars is another fiery planet. Shout out to Mars. You know, all the fucking shout out to all my Martians out there. Much motherfucking love. Happy birthday to all my motherfucking Aries. You know, we getting ready for the like I said, the moon is in Leo right now. It's finna be in Virgo, probably like in a day and so pretty much we're getting ready for the full moon. I wish everybody a good one. You know, happy birthday to all my Aries. If you watch this video, I appreciate you. If you left a like, a comment, or whatever, I appreciate you. This video is about fire. It pretty much fire. Put that fire to your chest, part two. Nice. It ain't part two, but fire. Fire. We fired up. Fire. No, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Much grace and gold floors that you all walk on. Thank you.